Hey everyone, Dr. Cool here. Today, we're diving into the heart of your car's AC system, the compressor. If your AC isn't working right, it could be due to a failing compressor. We're going to go through 15 telltale signs that your AC compressor might be on its last legs. By the end of this video, you'll be a regular AC detective. So grab your toolkit, put on your mechanic's hat, and let's get started. 5. Let's start with the most obvious sign. No cold air coming from your vents. Your AC system is designed to keep you cool, and when it's blowing hot air on a scorching summer day, you know something's up. The compressor is like the heart of your AC system, responsible for pressurizing the refrigerant. When the compressor fails, it can't pressurize the refrigerant properly, and without that pressure, no cold air. So if you crank up the AC and all you get is a blast of hot air, there's a good chance your compressor is on the way out. Sometimes your AC might seem like it's playing tricks on you. You've got it set to the coldest setting, but instead of that refreshing chill, you get lukewarm air. A compressor that's about to kick the bucket might still try to do its job, but it won't be able to keep up. It's like a tired old workhorse that's trying to pull a heavy load. So if you notice that your AC is blowing warm even when it's cranked up, don't ignore it. It could be your compressor crying out for help. Listen up. Your car's AC system should be relatively quiet when it's running. If you start hearing strange noises, especially when you turn the AC on, it's time to pay attention. A failing compressor can make all sorts of racket, grinding, rattling, or even a clunking sound. Those noises usually mean that there's something wrong inside the compressor itself. It could be worn-out bearings, a loose pulley, or any number of other problems. Whatever the cause, those noises are a clear sign that your compressor needs some serious attention. Refrigerant is the lifeblood of your car's AC system. Without it, the system simply can't function properly. It's what actually absorbs the heat and cools the air, making your car comfortable, even on the hottest days. So, if you've got a refrigerant leak, your AC is going to have a hard time doing its job. You might notice that the air isn't as cold as it used to be. A refrigerant leak can be caused by a number of things, but a failing compressor is definitely one of the most common culprits. The compressor is a critical component. The compressor is responsible for circulating the refrigerant through the system, ensuring that it reaches all the necessary parts. If there's a leak in the compressor itself, or in the lines that connect it to the rest of the system, you're going to lose refrigerant. This can lead to a significant drop in cooling efficiency. One way to tell if you have a refrigerant leak is to look for oily residue around the compressor or on the AC lines. This residue is a clear indicator of a leak. Another telltale sign is a sweet chemical smell coming from your vents. This smell is often unmistakable and should not be ignored. That's the smell of refrigerant, and it's a sure sign that you need to get your AC system checked out. Ignoring it can lead to more serious issues down the line. A failing AC compressor can actually cause your car's electrical system to go haywire. This is because the compressor is a critical component that relies heavily on the car's electrical system to function properly. The compressor is a powerful electric motor, and when it starts to fail, it can draw a lot of current. This excessive current draw can lead to various electrical issues, including the tripping of circuit breakers. If the compressor draws too much current, it can trip the circuit breaker that protects the AC system. This is a safety mechanism designed to prevent further damage to the electrical components. So, if you notice that your AC system is repeatedly tripping the circuit breaker, it's a good sign that your compressor is on its way out. Ignoring this issue can lead to more severe electrical problems down the line. It's important to get this checked out as soon as possible because a failing compressor can put a lot of strain on your car's electrical system. Early diagnosis and repair can save you from more costly repairs in the future. Remember that burning smell I mentioned earlier? It can also be a sign of a failing AC compressor. I'm not talking about the sweet smell of refrigerant, but rather a harsh electrical burning smell. This smell usually means that the compressor's motor is overheating or that there's an electrical short somewhere in the system. If you notice this smell, it's important to turn off your AC immediately and get your car towed to a mechanic. Driving with a burning smell coming from your AC system is dangerous and could lead to a fire. 6. The AC compressor clutch is responsible for engaging and disengaging the compressor from the engine. It acts as a bridge between the engine and the compressor, ensuring that the compressor only runs when needed. When you turn on your AC, the clutch engages, which allows the compressor to start pumping refrigerant. This process is crucial for cooling the air that flows into your car's cabin. If the clutch fails, the compressor won't be able to engage and your AC won't work. This can lead to uncomfortable driving conditions, especially in hot weather. There are a few things that can cause the clutch to fail, including a blown fuse, a faulty clutch coil, or even electrical issues within the system. Low refrigerant levels can also prevent the clutch from engaging properly, as the system relies on adequate refrigerant to function. One way to tell if your clutch is engaging is to listen for a clicking sound when you turn on your AC. This sound indicates that the clutch is engaging and the compressor is starting to work. If you don't hear anything, or if you hear a grinding noise, it's a sign that the clutch might be faulty. In such cases, it's best to have a professional mechanic diagnose and fix the issue to avoid further damage. Reduced airflow from your vents can be caused by a number of things, including a clogged cabin air filter or a faulty blower motor. However, a failing compressor can also contribute to reduced airflow. If the compressor is weak or failing, it won't be able to maintain adequate pressure, which can lead to reduced airflow. So, if you've checked your cabin air filter and blower motor and they seem to be fine, but you're still experiencing reduced airflow, it's worth having your compressor checked out as well. Does your AC seem to have a mind of its own? One minute it's blowing cold air and the next minute it's blowing warm air. This inconsistent cooling is another sign of a failing compressor. As the compressor starts to wear out, it can become less efficient. This can lead to a frustrating cycle of cold air, warm air, cold air, warm air, and so on. So if your AC seems to be playing hot and cold with you, it's a good idea to get your compressor checked out. Modern cars are loaded with sensors and computers that monitor all sorts of systems, including the AC system. If one of these sensors detects a problem with the AC compressor, it can trigger a warning light on your dashboard. In addition to a warning light, your car's computer might also store an error code that can help pinpoint the problem. You can read these error codes yourself using a code reader, or you can take your car to a mechanic to have them read for you. A healthy AC compressor should cycle on and off at regular intervals. However, if the compressor is starting to fail, it might cycle on and off more frequently than usual. This is because the compressor is having to work harder to maintain the desired pressure, which puts more strain on it and causes it to cycle more often. In other cases, the compressor might cycle irregularly, meaning that it turns on and off at seemingly random intervals. This can be a sign of a problem with the pressure switch itself, or it could be a sign of a more serious problem with the compressor. A failing AC compressor can also cause noticeable vibrations or shaking in your car, especially when the AC is turned on. These vibrations are usually caused by worn or damaged internal components in the compressor, such as the bearings or the pistons. As these components wear out, they can create imbalances in the compressor, which leads to vibrations. So, if you notice any unusual vibrations or shaking when your AC is on, it's important to get your compressor checked out as soon as possible. A failing AC compressor has to work harder to do its job, which means that it draws more power from the engine. This increased energy consumption can lead to a noticeable decrease in fuel efficiency. So, if you notice that your car's gas mileage seems to take a nosedive when you're running the AC, it could be a sign that your compressor is on its way out. This is a classic symptom of a failing AC compressor. When the engine is running at higher RPMs, such as when you're driving on the highway, the compressor is also spinning faster. However, when the engine is idling, such as when you're stopped at a traffic light, the compressor spins more slowly. This reduced speed can make it difficult for a failing compressor to keep up with the demand for cooling, which is why you might notice that the air coming from your vents gets warmer when you're idling. A visual inspection of the AC compressor itself can sometimes reveal signs of damage or wear that indicate it's time for a replacement. Look for signs of rust, corrosion, oil leaks, or physical damage to the compressor housing or the lines that connect to it. If you see any of these signs, it's a good indication that the compressor has seen better days and might be nearing the end of its life. If you're not comfortable working on your own car, it's best to leave this inspection to a professional mechanic. So there you have it, folks. If you notice any of these symptoms, it's time to get your AC compressor checked out. Remember, a cool car is a happy car, and a happy car makes for a happy driver. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more car maintenance tips from Dr. Cool 3.